do it to my best man, to my son, Jack.
Right. Oh, bollocks. Right. Everyone having a smashing time? I decided to keep this as short and as sweet as I can, so if it's not remotely funny, you can compliment me on how short the length is. I've never actually really given a speech before, and I've especially never ever given a best man speech before, so all I know is I'm supposed to stand up here, say a few thank yous, sing the groom's praises, and tell you all about his good points. But the thank yous are the easy bit, but I can't sing and I won't lie. So I want to first make a thank you to all the bridesmaids, and how good they all look, which is rightly outshone by the bride Belinda. I'm sure you'll all agree with me, gentlemen. It's a sad day for all you single men. There's another lady leaves the available list. And ladies, I'm sure the day is passing without much of a ripple. But of all the people he could have chosen to be his best man, I was surprised he asked me. On reflection, I think, swayed much in the fact that I know very little about the first 30 years of his life, which therefore puts quite a few embarrassing stories out of reach. But I think I'd like to take this opportunity to pay tribute to a man who personifies intelligence, ambition, tact, generosity and integrity. But it's Dad's wedding, so I thought I'd better talk about him and no one else. Nice one. But organisation is something that doesn't elude Dad. Oh, no. Yeah, no. Yeah, it is. Organisation is something that doesn't elude Dad. And attention to detail is something, and I think we all know this shines through spectacularly within his rockets, which is his passion. When they're not embedded into some New Forest turf, or inserted nicely into a cow somewhere near Salisbury Plain, they're either flying pretty nicely or they're still in the box. It's been his passion, it's been his passion for over 10 years that's grown into something that we all know he excels really well at. And on Thursday, I was sitting there trying to write this actual speech, reviewing all the highlights of Dad's life, swiftly fell asleep. This is the best I could do after being told some stories of his childhood. One past memory that kept cropping up from quite a few different people was one about a couple of hamsters. One that stood out here was hamsters. After looking at the family pet, which happened to be, at the time, quite under the weather, Dad took it upon himself to administer quite a healthy dose of paracetamol, which inevitably killed it. This wasn't the end of it. Yeah, after looking after a friend's hamster, this is the second one, they'd gone to Australia. Somehow or another, it managed to die. So doing the honourable thing, Dad buried the hamster and went about thinking of what to do next. After talking to his friend, telling the story of how the hamster died, an awkward conversation followed about how they were going to break the news. And in this conversation, it came up about how hamsters like to hibernate during cold times. So following this conversation, Dad swiftly left, thinking of a reason to leave, went home and dug this little hamster up. He placed it nicely in an airing cupboard, warmed it up, and it lived to this day. He kept it pretty quiet until the next time he got a bit lashed and decided to tell everyone about how he buries pets alive. Yeah, among throwing eels under lorries' tyres to hear them squeal, pulling tortoises out of their shell, and oh yeah, to this day he still turns the fish's filter off because it makes too much noise when there's a film on, so they swim nicely for 90 minutes without any air. But the rest of the stories can wait for another day. But I think Dad and Belinda complement each other really well. Whereas Belinda's organised, ambitious, motivated and loves a challenge, Dad is that challenge. But on a serious note, they are good together. and it's surely to remain that way. They decided to get married, for better or for worse, which I thought was quite appropriate, as Dad, really, you couldn't have done much better, and Belinda, you couldn't have done any worse. That's about it. Thank you for falling asleep. I think I'm supposed to do a toast now. So, to